And I think that we had borrowed houses from people who were leaving for Guadalajara, for the north, people like that. And the houses were abandoned, so we went from house to house, about 5 or 6 houses. They'd ask us for them, so we had to find another, and that's how it went.
So you arrived, as you just said, to occupy like squatters, so there would be people watching.
Yes, we prayed so that...
When you arrived, what did you say? Now we're here.
And let's see how it goes for us.
What livestock was raised here?
He had fighting bull stock.
Fighting cattle?
Fighting cattle, yes.
No, it wasn't theirs. They invaded just like you did. They occupied it. Hello friends, I want to tell you that right now we are here in a community that they tell us is called Colonia Boquía del Carmen in the municipality of Villanueva. We're going to talk here with a friend who is going to do us the favor of giving us his time. And at the same time, well, also to learn for ourselves. How did this start? How did it change from being a hacienda to what it is now? It became ejido land. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good, good.
No, and thank God I'm fine here. So, what's your name?
Florencio Pérez de Alvarez.
Florencio Pérez de Pérez.
Excuse me, I'm not very fluent.
No, it doesn't matter. They should have named you Pedro, so it'd be the 3 Ps, right? But Florencio Pérez de Pérez, let me tell you, you were born here.
No, I was born in the municipality of Villanueva.
From Villanueva?
From Colonia López Mateos, formerly Majadas.
Oh, from around near El Platado, right?
Yes, but yes.
Over there by that road, yes. So let me ask you, Don Florencio, what year were you born?
On May 23, 1961.
61, right? Well, you're not that old. You still have a lot of life ahead of you. He was born over there. Were your parents from there too?
No, my dad was from Tabasco, from La Cantera.
No, come on, he was my countryman, my neighbor from La Cantera.
And my mom was from Las Presitas del Plateado.
Up here in Las Senjeras over there, yes, yes, up there by the Palito, Colorado, right there, yes. So then, but how did he end up in Majadas?
Because they had nowhere to live and went looking to see where they could settle.
Uh-huh.
And over there, they gave my dad a chance there in Las Presitas. He was from La Cantera.
Uh-huh.
From Tabasco. And that's where he met my mom, who was born in Las Presitas. And then they got married. They went to Carrizal, Colotlan, Jalisco, and there they had a daughter. And then they went down to Majadas looking for a house, and that's where I was born.
That's where you were born?
There are 5 of us from Majadas.
5 were born there. Tell me, how did this start? How an agreement was reached, well, at that time to ask for a strip of land, a little piece of land to plant. You're telling me about your father's journey, how he went from place to place looking for a little house to live in, and I imagine also a strip of land to plant.
For us, they gave it to us on a 1/3 share basis. For example, if they harvested 900 bunches, then the owner of the land would get 300. And my dad got 600 because my dad did have a yoke of oxen.
All the equipment, yes, 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 yes.
And the widowed women or old men would give them to my dad.
To those who couldn't work anymore. His dad did all the work, and the landowner, well, he got 1/3 of everything, but he didn't do anything, right? No, nothing at all. He put in nothing.
Not even the seed?
No animals, nothing. No, that's how it was done.
I think we had borrowed houses from people who went to Guadalajara, to the north, people like that, and they were abandoned, and we went from house to house, about 5 or 6 houses. They'd ask us for them, then we'd find another. That's how it was, all in makeshift shelters.
And we weren't the only family living like that. There were many families in the same situation. And I think that's where a leader was born. Someone who said, hey, let's look for a place where we can finally live. because there was a lot of land, let's say, in the hands of the hacienda owners.
There were people born here, and then the hacienda owner came, and those who were kicked out went to El Salto.
My God.
And then, out of anger, they went to Mahadas, to San Lorenzo, to Hawaii, and to gather people.
To take them away, to join together?
To join together, because we knew it was too much land for just him, for him and his son.
Aaron?
Well.
Yes, how's it going?
Very well, and how are you?
Good, good.
Listen, yes, my father already gave us permission.
Thank God.
It's a small world. Look, here we are. You live here, right?
Yes, just up there on the hillside up there.
Are you from up there, where you can see the people down here?
Yes, they're bigger than us.
She's from up in the highlands? No, that's good. Well, we're here at your ranch.
Is she from my hometown over there?
Also from Mayaras?
Yes, she was also from there. Yes, we were both from there.
Did she come during the uprising too?
No.
Me? No.
I came when they got here.
No.
Later on.
Well, yes. Look, this change of address, let's call it that, is like the first people who went north. The first one left, he called his brother, he called his cousin, and then they all went and so on. Yes.
Yeah.
They were over there, and you were invited from Mayaras, like, hey, come here, there's more life, or whatever the reason was.
Things happened, so my parents came here. My parents say they came here.
Also, yes. Here they started a family, they got married, so, well, that's good. That's really good. Well, maybe in a little while we'll stop by there. Are you already going to Villanueva? Because no.
We're going to the fallow field. We're going to spray.
That's good. Well, anyway, we're glad to see you.
Likewise.
We're glad to see you. We're going to spend some time here with the boss. Let's see what he tells us.
Yes, that's fine.
Take care of yourself. Greetings to your family. Go ahead.
I think an ant crawled up on you. Huh?
Well, he wants to walk around, put it on the ground. Oh.
I'll take it over there.
So then we agreed, people united, people came together.
Yeah, and what did they say?
Let's see.
Well, they say that the man who started it, that he was with a lawyer when he started that, but no, not the lawyer.
They didn't give him any hope, so to speak.
And in the end, the people at the university found out about the large estates.
About the movement?
And they started.
You're talking to me about the students. The students, through what they were learning from books and history about large land holdings, invited them to join you. Because of what we were talking about, that you wanted to have a piece for someone to tell you, this is your share and this is yours. You have land to farm and start a new life. You no longer have to live, let's say, under the rule of just one person like a landowner. And that's where the struggle to find a little piece of land begins.
Well, yes.
How old were you when this started?
I was 14 years old, but my dad was in the north and he was the one supporting me, and I stayed to see if yes.
Of course.
And he would send me money to get around for the rallies and the fees we had to pay.
They were charged a fee for the same thing. Yes, that's right.
They didn't ask us for money, but they asked us to go over there and we would rent a big truck just for that.
And everyone would go in it.
Everyone standing there like animals.
Well, but hasta la vista.
Baby, Zacatecas.
That sacrifice, that I imagine there were times of hunger, there were places, I imagine, where they mistreated them, kicked them out, yelled at them. Something that, I mean, those who were against them, right?
No.
They didn't yell at all. They never had problems with anyone. No. Who was the first to get a response from the government giving them hope that, yes, they would achieve their goal?
Well, I think it would be Licenciado Perez, the one from the university, from the students.
Yes, of course.
Well, I think But they say that the Boquía was given out twice, but the first time, well, I think it wasn't just the ones who had run away from here.
They gave them preference.
And the old man didn't hand it over. And then when all the students came together, we all joined in. There was a lot of pressure because of the 4 of us who invaded on the same day, June 5th. And well, there was a lot of pressure. That's why the
government. So you arrived, as you just said, to invade as squatters, yes.
Well, we are squatters.
You arrived, and what did you say? Now we're here.
And let's see how it goes for us.
They had this from the people who were closest to the landowners, so to speak, because remember, there were foremen, there were stewards, like everywhere. Did they join you, or did they speak a little against you, favoring the boss?
We occupied a spot here at the well that's up here. We stood our ground there and invited the workers from here. Only one man stayed. He's already passed away from that little house, but it was made of adobe over there. It's El Negro. He was the only one who joined us. And once they granted it to us, well, we took him out. Well, they didn't want to join us. The gentleman was the one who stayed with us.
Well, let me tell you, that's what I'm getting to.
He says we didn't take anything from him.
There were people who, up to a certain point, well, were very loyal to the owner. Do you remember the name of the one who was here? The one you told me was of Spanish descent.
The owner.
The owner, yes.
Manuel Sescos.
Wow, he was one of the Sescos, because later the Sescos became very well known here in Zacatecas.
Yes.
So he was one of the Sescos.
Uh-huh.
How long did it take you to finally win the lawsuit, so to speak?
I was 14 years old, and at 18, I went to the United States. More than 6 years. And when my mom told me that the certificate had arrived, but not in my dad's name, it was in my name.
Yes, of course.
So we've been at it for just over 6 years.
You were listed there, let's say.
No, I had signed up.
Yes, those who were involved in the struggle had signed up, so to speak, because this broke out at a national level, not just locally.
Yes.
So do you celebrate on the date when they handed them over to you? Do you have a date for when you received the land?
We do. I don't know. Well, I was in the United States when I got that, but I have the date of when we occupied it.
Yeah, let's say.
That's when we have the party there.
When you guys came as invaders, you throw a party. You have a date to throw a party.
Over there, there's food, and a lot of people still bring the mepate.
There?
Damn.
Yeah, that's it. To remember, yeah, to do something, let's say, to remember exactly how they arrived, how they got here, where they settled, risking even their lives. Because the government could have sent them, they could have.
A bomb went off.
Well, in many places, the government evicted many farmers who would go and occupy the land. And out they went.
But the students stayed with us.
They were the ones who were more informed up to a certain point about how to defend them. Defending their rights, they already knew how. Because, well, I consider myself the same. We came from a place where we had no schooling. We didn't know exactly how the laws work to protect us. Right? With words, not with guns. Not with rifles, with words. So you had the support of the students.
Yes.
When it was finally done here, they gave you your land to farm.
Yes.
How many hectares did each of you get?
They gave us, we formed groups of 10. And one plot for 10, another for the others, like that, in plots.
Yes.
And that's how it happened for us. And then we divided it up like 5 hectares for each person.
Out of the 10, each person took their piece.
Yes.
Have they stayed that way?
Yes.
But I imagine there's a part of the land, like the grazing land, there, everyone can use it. It's called common use land.
All the cattle are together, yes.
Do you have any idea how many hectares you all took over, let's say? How many hectares the ejido has, the ones the ejido owns?
I have a rough idea. If they said it there in the, yes.
Here in the ejido meetings.
Let's see, Benito, don't you remember how many hectares the ejido has?
At your service, boss. How are you? Good morning.
Here.
How are you?
Good.
Look, that's very good.
The grandkids came for lunch yesterday.
That's great.
Yes, I know.
So, are you also from here, originally from here?
No, I was from over there, from San Lorenzo.
So you were neighbors, you and the man from Mayadas.
Yes.
They also invited you to the Guateque. What did they say? Let's go.
We've signed up there for years and we're lucky to come here and listen. Isn't he the one in the rodeo? I'm not sure.
Yes, sir, that's us, but now we came to visit you here.
Yes.
And who was the one who invited you to join the cause?
You know, the main ones were Don Pilo and Don Porfirio, who lived here years before, and apparently, I think the boss kicked them out and they went to get a lawyer, and they were the ones who started this.
Yes, that's what the man told us.
I was the one, what was it, around 71, who went to a meeting at El Salto. They brought in a lawyer, then the lawyer was bought off, and then the students kept going.
Yes, well, that's the story.
And I went up north, and my dad said, look, son, he said, the lawyer didn't help us anymore. Now it's up to the long-haired ones. We began measuring before I went north, starting at Don Juan Sanchez's house, through Tepozan, around El Tigre, and ending at Los Jodiagos. According to the measurements, that's where our share was supposed to be. I went up north and stayed there for 2 years. I came back in an emergency because my mom got sick, and when I got here, well, they had already invaded, first over here on this side, and then people came to occupy the land up there. That's how we made holes in the ground like moles. No, it's just that this couldn't even be born yet.
No, he says that someone had to be there, yeah, or a little kid.
How old are you?
I was 14 when I got here.
You came here when you were 14 years old.
Already with the Lopez family down there. That's where we built the huts, yes.
Like I said, and here we are. We came from about 9 ranches.
They all came together here, San Lorenzo.
Mayadas, everyone from Yagüe, the Hacienda, and here, and the Aparicios, and from several places we ended up here.
Look, let's do this. Let's go talk to him right now. Where are you going? You don't have, no, not right now.
Not right now.
So wait for us over there.
You'll see.
And then we'll talk with you. Let's see. Who was more mischievous back then, you or her?
Well, yeah, I ended up here. This was the first wedding that ever happened here when I got married at this ranch.
You were the one. We lived in the little ranch over there. Don't tell me yet. We'll get to that soon. But I met this little yellow guy on TV.
So he appears a lot on TV, right? Yes.
Hey, we're getting by, thank God. How was it? The blessings? I'm from Tabasco.
There's someone from Tabasco.
Yes. The boss tells me that his father was from there, from La Cantera.
Yes, that's right.
Right? You say this one was yes.
Grandpa was from Guchipil, there in Moyagua, and then he went to Saul, then to Plateado, then to Aguascalientes, and my grandpa was in several places.
Also seeking a way to earn a living.
Well, it was tough back then, man. He never stayed anywhere long, you know?
No, we'll be right back with you. Please wait for us over here in the shade. I know why I'm telling you that. All right, then. Yes, of course. So, hey, I already forgot your name.
Mr. Florencio.
Mr. Florencio, let's continue with you. This is the chapel here on the property. I think we should go this way because there's no entrance over there.
Yes, it does.
It does? Come on, come here. Let's take a quick look. Obviously, everyone goes to Mass. Those who, let's say, are with God. Those of us who are respectful of everyone's beliefs. Yes, how old were you when you first came to this chapel to Mass for the first time? That you have a memory of it.
I think it was when he married.
This man, he says he's the first one who got married. It's a very beautiful little chapel. I've always said that these men were very close to God. All the hacienda owners from all over the country, because there wasn't a single estate that didn't have its own chapel.
Yes.
Some of them were extremely beautiful. The stonework was very well crafted. But all the haciendas had their own chapel. When you arrived here, did you realize what this gentleman's specialty was here? The crops, the livestock, what kind of livestock was raised here?
There was fighting bull stock here.
Wild?
Bullfighting cattle.
Yes.
And I fought them. They were on television. Then Ase missed it.
He sold cattle for bullfights here on this land. That kind of cattle was raised and bred.
Here they.
Handled everything and
And he had Swiss dairy cattle for milk, yes.
for the milk as well.
Yes, Swiss cattle and the Spanish ones too.
Since you arrived here, the man didn't say, look, you take 3 cows, you take 2, so you can have some milk, so you can make some cheese. No, he didn't give them anything.
No.
No, I think he actually wanted to shoot them. Because, well, let me tell you, to a certain extent it was their fault, because they went onto some land that had an owner, even though it was uninhabited. Yes, but we already had the Mexican blood that we were on this land, right? Yes. And they came and took it.
Being from Spain.
That's why I say it. They were from Spain. So people, obviously people had to open their eyes. There had to be a person who said, you know what, let's come together. Yes, let's try to reclaim what belongs to us. No, it wasn't theirs. They invaded just like you invaded. Yes, they had occupied it themselves so well, they had no reason to resist. They did what they could and they enjoyed it.
Yes.
And well, what they couldn't take with them, they left to us Mexicans as an inheritance.
Yes.
They left it to us as an inheritance because they probably took their belongings with them, but what they built, they couldn't take with them.
No, but we were foolish because in Tenanguillo they invaded and took everything, even the locked gate, along with all the cattle, pigs, chickens, and everything.
Everything.
Everything they were going to, yes.
Yes, they managed.
And we let them take out all their cattle.
Well, look, you know, people think in different ways. When you told your mom, you know what? Come on, this is already settled. You weren't going to try to take a horse by force anymore, to try to take something by force. No, take what you can.
Yes.
Because they were leaving you the best raw material, which was the land, houses already built, which many took advantage of, and the right to have animals.
I mean, everything.
Why would they want trouble? No, and then why would they want trouble? After all, they'd been at it, you tell me, for about 6 years. They were fighting for them. So then, yes, if you fight me, let's say, if I'm a construction worker and you fight me over the construction job, and I say, hey, let me pick up my trowel and my shovel, and you say, sure, take them, I'll buy new ones. But now you're leaving me the place where, for you all, thank God you could breathe and say, finally, this struggle paid off. And get to work. You wanted to work. You didn't want any other kind of problems. We are looking at a quarry here. You've already taken a closer look, which dates back to April 1882. Let's say we don't know if it was the beginning of the founding of this or the end. Either way, it's been many, many years. From what I see here, this was the main entrance to the big house, I think, I imagine. This was over here. Let's see, let's take a look. Come on.